Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be playing some more Kaiserreich at the print. I apologize for like the week delay between the sections of the stream, or back into it. I also want to put on like a more energetic song. One of these songs, just leave it. Anyways, where we last left off, we had conquered most of India. We're technically still at war with the Entente. We should at some point get an event to get them out. Once you take over, I think, Delhi and a couple other cities, there should be some sort of ticking event. I don't know how long exactly it will take. But at some point, the Entente should peace out. But I don't know if that's a little bit broken because we're at war with the entirety of the Entente. And, you know, India or Japan's also involved. I don't know if that actually maybe broke the event chain. I'm not too sure. Are we missing any equipment right now? Yes, we're missing about 10,000 rifles, so we'll put one more gun onto you. 161 political power. Go up to war economy, please. I mean, our stability is still pretty bad. But it's not like we really can't do anything about that right now, because we're at war. We've already done this. We need to unite India. Just give you a nice little stability boost. We're actually get like a decent as we go along. Motorized, infantry weapons, support equipment. More infantry weapons, armor technology. I guess we'll just go with modernize the Razakars. But the Entente has dug them in such a strong position around here in Dhaka. I mean, there's one port here. Where's my navy, actually? Maybe we can utilize our navy. Our navy is 6 ships. I was going to say maybe we could utilize our navy to do something, but I don't know. How many ships do we have? 7% superiority. So you know what? It probably will lead to our navy getting completely sunk. Go to sleep. It's 7:45. I'm not going to go to bed 7:45 in the evening. We want to land troops here, but it's basically just impossible. Okay, let's not. Yeah, don't go here for right now. Let's should get you to kind of reposition yourself. Okay, war's going on in Yemen. That's completely okay. But again, it's like never a bad time to sleep. That's true. That is true. But I already did take a nap this afternoon, so. Southern India has a naval invasion. Okay. Got a couple of troops over there. We should be able to hold this out like just fine. Thankfully, our Red Army is doing a good job. But again, like, there should be, at some point, some event to beat out the Entente. Like, there's just so many Entente forces in India right now. Like, I'm assuming the entire rest of the Entente is completely defenseless. It'd be hilarious. Maybe if we can get 92%. Do we have a spy? Did we build a spy agency? We didn't. I'm going to build a spy agency just to try to increase maybe rebel support in the French Republic. And get some of those events, some of the uprisings to actually fire. And get some Entente troops off of our back. Let's see, because you're down here, you're 92. Which should lead to Chad breaking off independence. Usually Nigeria follows quite soon afterwards. What is Tunisia at? Tunisia at 43. In Tunisia breaking off usually is the easiest way for the French Republic to actually die here. Yeah, but like I said, there should at some point be an event. We have a little bit of your superiority, not much. Do we have any close air support? No. Middle Africa collapsing? No, they are 26% stability. They've gone for the slightly more democratic route, so Middle Africa is not going to fall apart. Which is a little bit unfortunate for us, because we are almost certainly going to be going to war with the Reichspakt at some point. I'm not too sure exactly when that will be. It depends on when Japan ever decides to invade German East Asia, or is the Dutch East Indies? No, they're probably the Entente, so. But I'm sure at some point the Japanese are either going to invade their way into China, or they're going to be invading their way into South Asia here. I don't believe they can push their way up north. I mean, you have the Transmor Republic, but I don't think that's going to change things too much. Invasion, but I really don't see where they're actually going to be coming from. But Entente. You... Oh no, we're already part of the Japanese. We're already part of the prosperity sphere. We're already aligned ourselves with Japan. Which is why I'm wondering, like, maybe that particular choice has led the Entente to never actually peace out because they're at war with the Japanese Empire. Maybe that changes things a little bit. I'm not too sure. If we can maybe break through... I mean, the thing is, like, we're taking 0-0-0. River crossing. Sitting in combat with... I don't know how 54 is a bigger number than 60. I don't think I agree with that. 66. Okay, 66 is big. Our terrain's not great. When can you change your name to India? I think after we win the... Once we actually unify India, we can do that. I believe we get called India. I'm actually not too sure if the name changes. I would imagine so, but... having the entire country be called Hyderabad does seem a little bit strange. Add some more Entente forces try to naval invade their way over to here. We can send, I guess, like, a few of you to this line. Just to deal with a small uprising. And by uprising, I do mean, naval invasion. Just, like, I need the Entente to get distracted with some other war. Any war. I don't care what it is. I mean, the second Weltkrieg is, like, 6 months away-ish. But 6 months away doesn't guarantee that the Entente will join that war. The Entente can join a little bit later. Well, this the American Civil War. I think it's still going on. So yeah, we got the CSA American Union State and Pacific State just fighting it out amongst each other. Can't piece out the Entente and use console commands. Occupied John to won the Republic of Iraq. Or Iran, not Iraq. Thing is, if I remember what the event was to fire the White Peace event, I probably would have done it. Well, maybe we'll wait until a little while later. I don't know. I'm not really too sure. And the Entente just landing units here. We're getting wiped out. I mean, how many men have they lost? We've lost 100,000 men. Japan has somehow suicided 500,000 troops to the Entente. Killed 687,000. Mostly, of course, the Hyderabad. Japan has mostly just been throwing men at the meat grinder. I'm not really too sure how they've managed to lose this many troops. It's honestly kind of impressive. My best guess is they've just been killed by naval invasions. They're sending troops over to Japan, or over to India, and they're getting caught out and then dying. Which, of course, is not great for them. I think, like, Japan... Let's say, like, is there a way that we can maybe naval... South China Sea. Got a little bit of support. We can probably try to invade, like, the duchies in... I'm not too sure if that even makes sense. Ideology, the resistance, stabilize, stability, or support. How come I've never done propaganda before? Like lowering stability lowers the number for their capitulation, and I bet that would have actually helped us out in some Russia campaigns in the past. Ideology. I think basically doesn't do anything in Kaiserreich. But let's, I don't know, try to maybe get the French to rebel. By the French, I mean their colonial subjects. It's just terrible. Guessing you probably can't navally invade. Like, if we could theoretically take this port, then all these Entente troops have nothing they could do. Okay, Canada intervened in the American Civil War. Even though I'm pretty sure the entirety of the Canadian army is in India right now. So good work there. I'm sure that will go swimmingly for you. But I mean, look, they do at least have some troops there. But hopefully now the Entente will be like leaving India to go kill the CSA. Australia first movement. Oh, they're also at war with the American Union State. Okay, excellent. Okay, Republic of Australia, they declare the Entente. Is this the Australia that leaves the does Australia leave the Entente? Does the Republic leave or the Republic stay aligned with Canada? I don't quite remember. Trying to push their way through. I'm just wondering if... Okay, yeah, we can see now. Did see some some Entente troops have left. And they've left a single troop from New England here to defend. So all we have to do is kill Dhaka, push our way here, and then all these Entente troops basically can't do anything. They're basically garbage at that point. So thank you for helping me out. We're at 97%. I mean, you're still technically winning. Okay, we have the force attack with you. Attack these guys just so they don't actually intervene in this battle. Okay, apply Ottoman Federation. Cool, cool. Don't really care that much. Losing organization at a pretty steady rate. Could, yeah, deploy the planes here. Guess we'll just make you like 300 for now. I mean, we're actually technically winning this battle here as well. It's going to take, are you really seriously? It's going to take 28 days. 200 days. Do you have the bridge ability? I'm not even too sure which one it is. I guess give me 10% more attack. Frenchman speed. Is it skirmisher? No. I know one of you makes it so that, engineer. Yeah, it makes your attacking over rivers less bad. Even then, he's being a real pain in the ass about this. I actually wonder if it would have been easier to try to take over this province. But I mean, you know, 12 days, 15 days, it's better than 296 or whatever it was before. Okay, how's Canada doing? I mean, they're actually doing all right. I mean, it depends on how many troops New England kept in New England versus how many troops New England sent over to India. 99. Come on, you... I'm going to force attack again. To spend all our command power on this, I want India secure, okay? The simple request. Maybe they won't wipe peace if India has any territory. There we go. Okay, we've taken that city. We've crossed the river. Please attack with all your might. Once we take the port, all these Entente forces, they have nothing to do. They cannot survive. Which I'm happy about. I don't want them to survive. I want them all very much dead. Okay, but now this naval invasion doesn't make any sense. Blue army, you can just stay here. I mean, it should be more or less fine for you. And then we'll have secured all of India. And the Entente can't do anything about it. Do we still need a lot more factories? Yeah, there's someone saying 10,000 rifles. Pull you on 20. I mean, we are trying to deploy 4 armor divisions. What are they missing? A handful of light tanks. Okay, nothing actually too crazy there. Nothing that we really have to worry about. Take this city. Technically have some troops here from South Africa. South Africa maybe will end up rising up against the Entente. But I'm not 100% sure. I mean, the Canadians are actually pushing their way into the CSA. I mean, the Canadian state's actually almost taken Chicago. Definitely not the way I was seeing that going, but it is what it is. How many Entente troops do we have? So we have 7, 9, and so we have 14 Entente divisions just in India right now. Here's our first tank. Assign him over to Blue Army for right now. Detroit has fallen. I think Chicago's going to fall in a moment. Basically leading to the death of the CSA. Marching. Take over the entire subcontinent. Again, we don't need to get lunar conscription. We already have 4.3 million manpower. We're not going to lose it. Also, the Qing government's actually already dead. So maybe we won't end up actually going to war in China? I mean, it depends on what Japan wants to do. I mean, there's still the Szechuan clique, the military government, Yunnan clique to a lesser extent, Jiangxi, Tibet, Kumo, Mongolia. There's a lot of people who are anti-Japan. Okay, Australia has peaced out with all of us. Okay, so Australia did end up leaving the faction. You love to see it. We'll get ourselves... Actually, just join Red Army for now. So are you regular units? Yeah, you're regular troops. Or 18 combat with. I would like to make you 20 if possible. I mean, I have the manpower. We already don't have that many guns. This is fine. Draw volunteers. Where they are. It's more than okay. Mass mobilization, division attrition. If our territory is occupied, we do more damage, which is like fine, but you know, Japan actually also went mass mobilization. High consumption, armored cars is I think basically trash. The tactics, infantry combat width goes down by 0.4. Actually, might be kind of bad. I mean, getting a recovery rate and more organization on leg units. We'll still go mass mobilization if we need to. We can always like just like Zerg rush the enemy. South African troop. He really doesn't know what's going on. That's okay. You don't need to know what's happening. I need a Red Army again. For order in East Bengal, absolutely. Like, okay. Entente, you should realize, like, the gig is up, right? I would say that you've lost. South Africa is actually in the Entente. They're actually not in the war. Which I find very strange. I'm not too sure why that is the case. Okay, but Australia, actually, them not being in the Entente maybe will fix whatever bug. I'm saying bug. I don't know if it is a bug. Okay, but they've now been completely wiped out. Bring you guys to the border with Afghanistan. Because I wouldn't mind declaring war on Afghanistan and bringing them into the country. Just so we have an invasion route into the Russian state, just in case we need to. Japan might want to invade Russia in the future. Take over all this land. India is very much non-existent. I mean, it's not like we could just invade the French Republic, right? That's probably going a little bit too far. At least for right now, it's not like we can really do anything about it. We don't have any friendly ports on the Mediterranean. Like, if they're at war with the International, we probably could have used, like, commune ports to invade the French Republic, but I don't think that makes sense. Okay, Purple Army is now done. You just gather down here for right now, because, again, I don't really know what to do with you. I mean, we can prepare to navally invade the Dutch East Indies, I guess. Oh, Japan's already done that. Oh, lovely. New Zealand crisis. Okay, so New Zealand has declared their independence, which actually should get the Entente, I think, at war with Australia as well. Depending on if Australasia declares war over New Zealand. We'll have to kind of wait and see on that. The CSA is actually having a horrible time. They might actually end up losing very, very soon. They've already lost... They haven't lost New York City, but they're close to losing New York. They might lose Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Chicago. I mean, Canada, you really should just peace out, I would say. Because it just makes sense. I mean, it just makes sense that that would be something that you would want to do. Join the Entente. Australia is now at war with you. It actually means that this area might get killed by the, by the Australians. That's the word I'm looking for. Did you go? Yeah, you are the commune. Another person joined a fact. Who's done what? Iceland joined the International. Who cares? It's not really anything we need to do. Yeah, I am thinking about getting console commands going, but I just don't remember what the exact event ID is. I'm gonna King Edward's abdicated throne. After the disaster in India, I would have done the same thing. Kaiserreich. Yeah. White. Event ID. There should be. I will find it. Like, I know it should happen at some point. Okay, New York City's fallen. My best guess is because we're actually in a faction with Japan doesn't like it. Okay. Here is... well, states, surrender progress, in faction, not surrender progress. Meantime to happen, it's supposed to be in 30 days. My best guess? No, it should have already fired by now. Okay, well, seeing as it's supposed to be a 30-day focus, and the king's abdicated throne, it's supposed to be over that whole marriage thing. We're just going to pretend that it's over the loss of India, the crown jewel of the empire. So it's event PRF-161. Okay, -1 political power. Actually, I bet that doesn't work because we are... okay, political power. Give me back my 100 political power, please. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be event 160 then. Victory in the north. Okay, propose an armistice. Okay, so there we go. I had to do it manually, but I still think this works out in our favor. We will probably end up invading this territory down here. And you know what? Let's just pretend. Here's my idea. And actually, we already own Goa. Fantastic. But we're just going to pretend that... we're also going to give this area to Japan. We're just going to pretend that they've occupied it. They've occupied it and they're refusing to give it to the Dutch, but the Canadians need to get peace anyways. That's our headcanon for now, okay? And if you disagree, I don't care. End our turn there. Excellent. What if Japan will actually release a puppet state in this little area? My guess is no, but I don't know. Okay, yeah, we'll get our rifles, we'll get all this stuff done. And now that Japan is at peace, care about any of this, we need to do India United. Now that Japan is at peace, they should be... I love headcanon. Thank you. Japan now should take up some other decisions, because before, I'm pretty sure Japan... Japan doesn't declare war if they're already at war with somebody else. It might be part of their event decisions. But now that they're now at peace, they should hopefully try to declare war on more people. The proposed princely state of Maharashtra. The British Raj fell to Bombay presidency, was dissolved, and the Maratha district partitioned between Hyderabad, Kolhapur, and other princely states. The new state of Bombay was then created to manage the vital port city of the Arabian Sea, directly under the control of the executive. However, there's been calls for a new grand and unitary Maratha princely state, the same rights as Hyderabad, Mysore, and transfer Konkan, Council of Princes. This so-called state of Maharashtra would be imposing size and industrial capacity, but ruled with a college of various Maratha petty princes in unison, the larger and older princely states. much opposition to the creation of a powerful federal state, counter the interests of the established order. However, a strong Maharashtra would mean a more effective administration, easier access to the federal army. We either get some name changes. Yeah, you know what? Make it to a united federal state. Okay, we got some more decisions available. Let's restore order in a handful of provinces. Love to see it. You're gonna give stability, you're gonna give us 100 political power. With that political power... Actually, I think we get 2. We actually might get 20% stability off this, because we also get a national focus, or national spirit, as well. Okay, Austria-Hungary is federalized. Definitely makes them a much more harder opponent for the International. But again, we don't really care about what's happening in Europe. It's not the biggest concern. Our concern lies more with the Russians and German and Entente colonial possessions. That's kind of where the future of our progress actually lies. At least that's what I think. Are there any actual resources in this little area I gave to the Japanese? Oh, a ton of rubber? I'm sure they'll be happy about that. Automotive. What else can you do? I guess we can actually look at what you've done. Then the Pacific Security Zone, which I'm pretty sure is just inviting people into the faction. Do you need to eventually declare war on the Philippines? China, Dutch East Indies. I'll follow mostly true. Central Luzon. Oh, so that's probably for getting this done. Yeah. And target Indochina, bring Siam to the fold, target India. I mean, you're already in my faction, so I'm pretty sure that's fine. Or warlord allies, recruit collaborators.